This is a 510-yard par 4, and we've got fairway widths in the 30s. 31 to 30, 32. It's still asking the player to hit a very good tee shot into a relatively tight area, but this is part of driving accuracy, putting a premium on driving accuracy for the US Open. That's part of what the challenge is about. So the 15th hole, we're going to have 12 feet. So roughly from here to there, this will be maintained at 3 inches.
Okay.
And we will cut this as often as we need to maintain 3 inches. It might be every day, it might be every other day. It just kind of depends how much growth we're getting.
Right.
But the idea is, okay, you've missed the fairway a little bit. We're going to give you 3 inches. You may be able to do something with these, but you're not going to be in control of that golf ball.
Right.
You're not going to be able to get that to the green and spin it.
Right.
So you're a little bit at the mercy of the lie. In a perfect world, maybe 7 out of 10 times you're able to play up to the green.
Yeah.
Because part of that, again, you look back at this 15th green, we want that architecture to come alive. And when that ball's on the ground and bouncing and running, that's where that architecture comes around.
Of the architecture.
Yeah, exactly. Now, from this point on, that's going to be roughly 5 inches.
5 inches.
So that will not be cut for quite a while between now and US Open.
Scary.
5. So now we're going to flip that on its head. Maybe 3 out of 10 times you can catch a lie and advance it up there. But the other times you may be just advancing it up 100 yards or 80 yards or maybe less, depending on the lie and how wet it is, all of those kinds of things.
So from the fairway, we're going ideal conditions, like guys can spin it, they can do what they want with the ball, to this first cut, which is pretty manageable. Most guys can still do what they want with the ball. Here, we're getting a little iffy, and then here it's...
Yeah, a little bit less control and almost no control over here. Not to say you won't get a good lie. I mean, we're not looking for this uniform stand of 5 inches topped off, like a military haircut. That's not what that's not what's going to happen. We want the golf ball to go different. There's different types of grasses. There's a variety of grasses here: bluegrass, some ryegrass, some fescues that have mixed in here, so that they grow at different rates. There's going to be some inconsistency, but that's perfectly fine. That's what we're after.
As much as the length is a factor, talk about the kind of the thickness of this.
Yeah, the density of the turf. That's up. We can't really manage that now. That might mean if it's particularly dense, maybe we would cut it a little more often. You can manage density a little bit with your irrigation plan.
Right.
If you don't water it as much, it gets dry a little bit. The ball maybe sneaks down a little bit. If it's too dense, the ball stands up on top, and we're not interested in that being a result. Many years ago, the US Open that I grew up watching as a kid, I was here in 1988 as a young man watching this US Open. If you hit it in the rough, there was not a lot of thought process.
Right.
It was grab a wedge, chop it out, and start again.
Move on, yeah.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but that led to a lot of bogeys. Right? Because now they've hit it out here at 9 iron in the middle of the green, 2-putt bogey. When you give them a chance to put their shot making skills on display, they might make a fabulous 3, a routine 4, maybe a 5. They could make a 6.
Yeah, and you're also letting the course speak a little bit more too.
Exactly, and by letting the course speak, all of those different scores become in play.
Right.
And that's what this whole
when it gets fun.
Yeah, exactly. Now this is a good spot. All right, get your club, big boy. Let's see what you got.
All right. What's the yardage?
Whoa. Wait. If I'm on your bag, survey says there's no way I would ever let you hit a 5 iron. I mean, you should go have a good time and give it a go, but that's not a 5 iron.
What are you telling me to
Pro, I'm telling you, we got a 2-shot lead. We got 3.5 holes to play. Let's get it back over here where we can see our shoes in the fairway and start again.
Before the road.
Well, which one are you gonna play? You get a choice here.
Let's play this buried one just for the fun of it.
All right, good.
I'm regretting this decision. All right, so we have sprinkler says 176. I'm not going for the green.
Okay, yeah.
On the other side of the road, which
and I'm not.
to you seems
I'm not, for the
play.
purposes of illustration, I'm not giving you relief from the sprinkler head either.
Well, I appreciate that.
All right, you can do it.
All right.
Back in play. Here we go. We'll get it up and in for a great 4.
All right. Small trees to line. We'll see.
I love it. Oh, the cart path assist.
That's exactly what my play was. Off the cart path.
You know,
the ball a little bit.
I would give you grief about that shot, but I saw you working on that on the range. The skip off the path. So good job. But now there you absolutely see what I mean.
Yeah.
That ball's down in there. You've got to figure out a way to make sure you minimize your damage control. Minimize. These guys are so good. Even if they wedged it out here, and they're going to have 155 yards, they can play that shot middle of the green. From 155 yards, I'm sure they're thinking 15 feet would be anything inside of 15 feet would be a good one, and they make a lot of 15-footers, and all of a sudden you're just left with a 4.
Right.
But that's the kind of stuff that you got to be contemplating.
I mean, I wasn't playing around when I pulled that 5 iron, and I think that shows you as kind of like the perspective of a common golfer. It's like, oh, it's in the rough. I'll just try to muscle it up there, but that's just not a possibility in this rough. For the
average golfer, no, it's not. And this isn't even. You're not seeing the full teeth of this rough yet. There's another. I mean, now this is probably pretty close. Yeah, but 5 is up here.
Yeah.
So this is still around 4. You see the challenge that when you miss fairways, you start hitting in these places all day long, you're going to be busy.
Yeah.
And
you're hitting it a lot.
And now you can see you've got a shot. Now I think it stayed in the fairway, so.
It's not where I was aiming for, but it ended up working.
Yeah, well, there you go. There's U.S. Open rough.
Well, I appreciate the caddying and the kind of explanation on what the rough's going to be like here
at
Country Club.
You bet.